Hey gang, happy Monday. So let's talk about a few things going on. One, now that the open is over, last week we had a little bit of a lighter week in the programming just to kind of give everyone a little bit of a break. And we are going to be gearing up for getting back into the groove and doing a little bit of a strength cycle. You're going to start to see a lot more squatting, a lot more deadlifting, a lot more pressing. So quite a few days throughout the week we'll have more strength work before what we call the Metcon piece, which is stands for metabolic conditioning. It's just that part where you get to breathe heavy. That's the fun stuff, right? So some sort of lifting and then some sort of shorter piece. We're still, of course, going to be doing our Olympic lifting, clean and jerks and snatches and such, but just know that you're going to start to see that a little more now that the open is over. We're going to see if we can kind of hit some gains here. So with that said, being that we're going to be lifting heavy more often, if you feel like you need a couple extra rest days, if you're feeling a little beat up, we will go through ebbs and flows. We'll have some heavier days and light days, and also weeks where it's heavier weeks, and then what we call a deload week where it's a lighter week. Give your body a little rest. But in between that, you need to listen to your body. If you're feeling really beat up, take an extra day, and that's okay, and that's totally normal with hitting a little more strength work. All right? Now, the other thing going on, Key City Throwdown, June 5th. I am super pumped. We already have more than 30 teams signed up. And we're a couple months out. So I'm hoping we can make this a really big event. It's going to be really exciting. We got a lot of Odin teams. Now, we have a lot of people asking questions because we posted that we're not necessarily going to be using barbells a whole lot, and we're not going to have a rig, so that gets rid of things like pull-ups and toes to bar. So what does that leave us with? Well, dumbbells for sure, kettlebells, things like that. But yeah, we're going to use sandbags. Before COVID, we used our sandbags all the time. You potentially might even see some Atlas stones. Those are the concrete stones. We used to use those all the time before COVID, right? So here's the deal. We pulled out the sandbags and we've got them kind of tucked in a corner. If you would like to play with them, you and your partner, leading up to the Key City Throwdown, I think that it would be a very good idea. Get very comfortable with them. But know this, they are cloth. They can't really be sprayed and disinfected in between each person. So you just need to be comfortable with that, knowing that you're going to be sharing with people, and you can't really spray a cloth sandbag, right? The other thing, with the Atlas stones, if you've never done them before, I am going to be running a sandbag Atlas stone kind of, we'll say, workshop coming up within the next few weeks. We'll do it on the weekend, and depending on how many people we can get, if we need to run a second one, we can, okay? We have plenty of time to play with the sandbags and really play with the stones leading up to the competition. There is no rush. It's not something that you have to freak out and do it this weekend, right? If you want to play with them, great, but don't feel like you have to rush. Once we have the date for that workshop, of course, we will let you know. It'll be in Tribe. You can register for it. Now, with that said, this is equipment that we're not able to kind of spray and wipe down in between people, and you're going to have to be okay with sharing. The stones will, of course, do outside in the grass so that we can drop them properly, and the sandbags we'll use inside the gym on the mats. But just keep that in mind as well. So if you're coming to that workshop or you're working with them, know that you're just going to have to share equipment. And if you're not comfortable with that, then that's okay. You could still potentially come. You can watch. You can learn some information. But know that sharing equipment, again, is going to be a real thing very soon. So start thinking about kind of what that looks like for you. All right? So if you have any questions about it, let us know. If you have questions about the programming coming up, let us know. But let's start getting back into the groove, guys, and let's have an awesome week. See you soon.